Okay, I'm continuing the session on reading. Now, for the teachers of for no for teachers of 3.5 to 4.5. For some schools, they call this class nursery one. Yes, but it's pre-kindergarten class. What do I teach? How do I start? Yes, at this class, if your children are 4 years old or a little before 4, you can start. If you have the smart ones in your class, you can start with the 42 letter sounds like it is here. Please take one letter sound per day. But the way I do it, I am going to teach you. Please don't write like this for them on the board and be saying, so, We don't teach like that. You are going to teach the children one letter sound per day. And the way I have broken it down. Today I'm not teaching you letter sound. A lot of teachers have been under my training and you've known your letter sound. You know the blending skill, you know the sounding skill, you know all those skills. Fine. But today I want to teach you what to do per time. So I'm reading out this. You can do the review of sounds for them your first week of resumption. The children have already been learning some letter sounds. You can do review for them. So by the first week and the second week or to the third week, you can teach them group 1 to 3. That is group 1 to 3. I have always taught you teachers, you have 7 groups of sounds. In each group you have 6 letter sounds. So you can take within 3 weeks group 1 to 3 or within 4 weeks. Within the first to the third group are 18 letter sounds. They are the single sounds and they are 18, 6 times 3. And that 18, if you divide it by 4, in fact, you'll be spending like 5 weeks. So if you are using 5 weeks for this, take one letter sound per day, and please teach only Monday to Thursday, as in one sound on Monday, one letter sound on Tuesday, one letter sound on Thursday, and Wednesday, one letter sound on Thursday. You will teach on Friday. But on Friday, please do the recap of all you have done within the 4 days on Friday. So that's the way you should do it. Then within the first 5 weeks, you have covered group 1 to 3. You can pause and give them activities. Like I said, at the end of each week, give them activities like learning which one is the odd one out. You can give them pictures of ants, pictures of cap, and pictures of bucket, or let me say pail. Picture of ants, picture of ball, and picture of cap. So which one does not have a, or which one does not begin with a? Or let me say apple, ant, and ball. Good, because I want the beginning sound. Apple, ant, ball. Which one does not begin with a? They are going to circle ball. They are going to circle ball. Or you do the starting sound matching. You write a, you write b, k, d. Then you draw, you put your diagrams or you paste pictures and they match which one begins with which letter sound. They have a lot of activities you can do for them. Now, as to progress, maybe by the 7th week, you can start with group 4 sound for 2 weeks, group 5 for 2 weeks, with a lot of activities. I'll refer you to books later, books that you can use like Oxford Phonics book, like Reading Eggs, spelling books. Those books are very good that you can use for, you can use Jolly Phonics book too. There are books you can use for your letter sounds activities. They are very good books that you can use, especially especially this reading eggs. Reading egg spelling books. I just stumbled on it and it's very, very lovely. For the early ones, the ones I spoke about before, the age 2.5 to 3.5, you can use Oxford books. You can send message to me on my WhatsApp number to get the real title of those books. My WhatsApp number is +234 7065541401. Once again, my WhatsApp number is +234 7065541401. Any clarification you need, you can get in touch with me. I'll send things to you. By the second term, you continue with all these groups. They take each group for 2 weeks. The letter sounds in each group, take it for 2 weeks. And by the time I get to the digraphs, that is group 4. Sometimes I try to introduce the first set of sight words or tricky words. Some scholars call it tricky words, some call it sight words. So I love to use tricky words. You can start with the first set of tricky words as it is arranged in Jolly Phoenix program. You can start with it, introducing 2 or 1 tricky word per week, and you do a lot of activities for them. I love this one. I use this sugar cube packet, the small carton of sugar cubes. I use it for my children. Each one of them has our own box or is our own box, and whatever tricky word we are learning per week, we put it there. They take it home. They put it on their dining table as they are eating, as they are playing around the house. Once in a while, they come there to say, I, me. If me and they are the tricky words to learn, for instance, for this week, they'll just come there. Me, I, they, hello. When they are eating, they say to their tricky words, me, come and eat. They, come and eat. Someone asked me, are you trying to personify? I say, yes, I'm trying to personify tricky words. I've tried it, it works. It makes them not to forget. By the time they come back to school the following week, we have already put those tricky words on the wall. They don't forget. We are just playing games, and we just want to master our tricky words. I start teaching tricky words from this point for age 4. Well, we don't go beyond group 1, the set 1 of tricky words most times for that year, for that term. By third term of that year, don't forget we are talking about equivalence of nursery 1 as it is in Nigeria. I think the same thing in some other West African country. That is a year before the year before class 1. So by third term, do more rhyming words, rhyming sounds, yes, rhyming words, more of tricky words, then more of sentence reading, short sentences. There are a lot of books out there, a lot of content, a lot of materials, online, hard copy that you can use. Just communicate with me. I don't sell books, sorry. I don't sell books, I don't sell materials, but I can direct you to those good materials that you can use, in which you can find short sentences that are decodables and that have some shorts and some early parts of the tricky words that children can start to use to learn to read. Then we go to the kindergarten class, which is the last class before primary 1. What do we teach them? It now starts with the review of 42 letter sounds, review of the tricky words of learn. By the end of nursery 1 class or age 4.5 class, by the end of that class, I would have taught them at least set 1 to set 3 of tricky words. By the time they resume in kindergarten class, or reception as it is called in UK, the reception class, I start with review of the tricky words of length, the group, these 3 sets, and the review of the 42 letter sounds. Then, before the end of first term, we go into letter names, which are the alphabets. Yes, then we start learning the alphabet. By the time we will finish that year, we would have done a lot with alphabet, consonant, vowels, alternative spellings or other spellings of vowels, and we start reading short comprehensions. Their comprehension passages very short for this age, very interesting, very short, and with questions. Just DM me on +234 070 655 41401. I will direct you and to where you get the materials, or I will help you out. So you do some guided reading and guided composition or independent writing. That's all you have to do at that preschool level before they go to primary one. So what do we do in primary one? And if you want this scheme of work, if you want me to break it down per week, what to teach, please DM me on my WhatsApp number. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.